friend. You might not know me in real life, but if you clicked on this video, I think we can be friends. My name is Angela. I was born and raised in Ukraine, and recording this video, living in the UK, having a job here, none of this ever was the plan. And today I want to share with you some of my findings that I found whilst reinventing my life. About 4 years ago, the full-scale war in Ukraine started. Back then, I had my beautiful life and career all settled in Ukraine and never planning to move out of the country. At the day when the full-scale war started and Russia attacked Ukraine, I was luckily abroad, just happened to be. So I switched countries and at some point had an opportunity to come to the UK, where I stayed for 8 months, living with an incredible English family who opened their hearts and doors to their home for me, because I literally had nowhere to live by just coming to the country. Fast forward to today, I have a job here, I have life here, I have hobbies, I have friends, and somewhere along these years, I've realized that I started noticing something different, like a pattern of how my brain now operated, that I had to reinvent myself. So today, after 6, I want to share with you, friends, some of my findings, and those aren't like buckets or frameworks, just findings that I personally find helpful when you are in a situation when you're frustrated and you just don't know what to do next, or who you are, or how actually to plan your life, set goals when things are falling apart. So, hi, I'm Angela, I'm 32 years old. I have no idea what I'm doing, even now, and that's okay. Today, we will figure out everything. I think that in our life, we have 4 buckets. First of them is a career, or whatever you're doing in your life that helps you to pay the bills or to make your money with. And I'm not saying that you need to call that a career. It can just be your job. The second bucket is something that I call people, or a community, or your family. Every single person that you have in your life will come to that bucket of people that you can be inspired with, that you can, connect with and still feel like you're a part of something bigger. The third bucket, and a very important one, I think, are hobbies. Something that you're passionate about, you're interested about, you love about, you don't earn money with necessarily, or maybe you do. You just feel like you cannot live without doing it. You don't have to be good at it. Those are just your hobbies. And the last one I call gigs. That's a very nice English word that I picked up living here, but in fact can be anything that doesn't fall into those 3 buckets that I mentioned before, but also anywhere in the world where you feel like you belong. And there is this very interesting thing that I've discovered, that during your lifetime, what you're doing is you're filling up those buckets. So you meet a new person, and if you like that person, if you connect or you have a similar values, you put that person into your people bucket. Then you go and you try a new dance class, or you try pottery. And let's say you prefer pottery to the dance class. You put it to your hobbies bucket. And then maybe you change your job, or maybe you stayed on the same job for 10 years, you put it into your job bucket. And then all the rest, like for example, going to concert, you put into your gigs bucket. And what I found personally for me is the more you experiment and the more you put effort into trying different things in those 4 buckets, not only the happier you become, but the closer you are to not only not feeling yourself as a failure, but actually to find your goal. Imagine you have all of those 4 buckets that you are filling in every single month, every year. Don't give yourself any deadline. This is a lifetime journey. And maybe in 5 or 10 years, in one of those buckets, you will see and feel that you're much more attracted to something that you thought or you never thought you will be. And I would say then it's a time to pour a bit of more resources into that one thing that you find. But you're never gonna find it if you don't experiment with it. You know how they say you need to have one goal, you need to have purpose in life, you need to have dream job. Well, I believe none of this. I don't think that the perfect job exists, or the perfect location exists, or the perfect life exists. I think it's a myth. More than that, I think that the more you change and the faster you realize that the dream you're trying to chase isn't your dream or is failed, the better it is for you. Because I think that the main thing we have in life and we're privileged with is to experiment and change. And if you will think about the examples of some of the most successful people you know, well, for example, those people that I know, the people that I'm inspired by changed their lives a lot. They were going from one job to another, one relationship to another, one dream to another, one gig from one to another, just by doing and experimenting and trying on different things. They failed in those different things until they found that one thing that they actually like doing. Friend, I know experimenting is hard. I know it because when I just came to this country, obviously I know no one. I was showing up to a lot of the places where you really have to experiment, such as an acting class. And I would feel so strange because the rest of the people seem to be much more connected. Well, at least they probably share a similar culture or a similar background, whilst I always felt like I don't belong here. And I think that feeling of not belonging is kind of underestimated. Because yes, it's a very unpleasant feeling, but if you overcome that feeling and you start the experiment, you probably will gain much, much more than those people who already had a background, or maybe they show up to the event or a gig or a hobby class with their friends. You can gain much more of not knowing what you want by just being open to new ideas and new experiments. So doesn't matter the age, the more you experiment, the more you gain. The more you experiment, the faster you can find that one or a couple of things that you want to proceed, that you want to invest your time and resources in. So that's how I started experimenting with my life. And this channel, this video, and all the rest of the videos of this channel is an experiment in a nutshell, but something that I'm really interested in. So on this channel, you will find not only mine, but stories of other resilient and incredible women founders or just founders who share their learnings along the process. It's not a successful success or stories of someone who've already earned billions of dollars and sharing their experience. No, it's a very real life experiences of the people who seem to be a bit more happier, a bit more fulfilled because of the experiments they are doing. So join our community here after 6. This is your time after 6 to not knowing what you're doing, which is completely fine. Start experimenting and filling up those 4 buckets. Please do let me know your feedback. Let me know what the experiments you've been doing lately. Share some of the ideas that might also be useful for other people. And I will see you here on this channel soon after 6.